Today we are at the Aquarium, Oceanarium, Terrarium store in North Brisbane, Australia, kind of near the Sunshine Coast, but apparently it's North Brisbane still. And so I've got Nick here, one of the owners of the store. And we are here today because there is a huge upgrade that's happening. So this store is already massive because it's an Oceanarium and aquarium store. It's got freshwater, saltwater. They've actually got some reptile stuff upstairs that I went and had a look at as well. But along this side here, they've got a bunch of tanks. They've got over 80 tanks at the moment, you were saying?
Yeah, 82 tanks we've got at the moment.
Yeah, 82 tanks to be precise. But they're actually upgrading and it's going to be double the amount of tanks in the next 1 to 2 months. It needs to be done by December because Nick's got a baby coming in December.
Yep, another little baby on the way, which is fantastic.
This is kind of back in time at the moment that we're filming this, but we're going to flash forward in 2 to 3 months and show you the huge upgrade that's happened. Let's just quickly have a little bit of a talk about some of the upgrades that are happening so you can show us what we're going to be seeing very shortly.
As you can see now, we've got just our freshwater systems along the left-hand side when you walk into the store. We've got some goldfish, we've got some tetras, guppies, some angelfish, some basic tropicals, discus, cichlids, all that sort of stuff. So we've got roughly around about 60 tanks along here. In the upgrade, we're actually going to have tanks starting from that wall from here, running all the way down to the base of the stairs, and then from the base of the stairs to basically the back door. So we're going to be doubling our freshwater holding ability. We're going to have some larger 4-foot tanks and then some smaller tanks as well. So we're going to have things like shrimp, dedicated shrimp and plant tanks, dedicated Malawi systems, dedicated South American systems, things like that, which we're really excited to showcase to everyone. And then obviously we've got our marine upgrade happening as well. So we're going to double our marine holding capabilities too.
You've had the baby.
Yes.
So little Spencer was born on the 3rd or 4th of January?
3rd of January.
3rd of January. It's been 97 days since I came in.
Wow, how time flies.
So it was the 8th of October that I was here last time. We almost made it to 100 days.
The reno took us a little bit longer than we were hoping, just a few shipping delays from overseas, things like that. I think we finished them at the start of December, and then obviously with Christmas and things like that, it's just been, trying to get everything ready for this video.
This wasn't here before.
No, this was not here before. We used to have some of our products there. So this is our goldfish bay. Got a variety of goldfish now in stock. And then this will be like our guppy bay with like all our colourful guppies in individual tanks, things like that, which we're really excited to get happening.
I'm excited. I literally just set up a guppy pond outside.
I saw that video this morning.
Yeah, just last night I uploaded it. And then I think that before you used to have, you had some South American ones here and some African cichlids, but we'll see the African cichlids later because they're
we've moved our African cichlids down to the back. So this is our South American, Central American, like with our angels, things like that. Some neon blue acaras, you got old, Oscars, stuff like that.
I love these catfish things.
The wood cats, yeah, they're nice. They're a good little catfish. We sell a lot of the wood cats. My little favourite, I like the banded angels. I believe, they're in that system there. They're a nice little cichlid. And then same with some of like your Brazilianthus and stuff like that.
Yeah, South American's nice because there's so much variety. I think a lot of people start with South American.
Yeah, I think a lot of people either start with South American or African, and then at some point in their fish career they swap over and then they go back to it. Through here we've got some rainbows up the top here. We've got some new species that we've never had before with these cans rainbows. They're up in there. They're on a stock list and they just had cans rainbows and we're like, I've never seen those before, so we ordered them in. We've got some nice prey cocks up there, some salmon reds.
They are going to be like a really bright, beautiful blue with the red fins as well. But often in stores they're so tiny when they come in they don't really show that colour very much. You were going to show me the angelfish, I think? You were going to say
so we've got some angelfish in here. We've got some nice kois in there, some blacks and some whites in there.
Oh, so, is that an upside down catfish?
Upside down catties. Another popular one we always sell lots of, which is good.
Do they get really big?
They get to a decent size, yes. This is our Tetra system through here. Tetras and Rasboras. One technical issue that we did come across, and you will see in some of the videos where the dividers are, we've got a bit of a gap underneath there, and the gap is a little bit too big, so some of the fish actually get in underneath and swim across. So we've got like cardinal tetras in where cardinal tetras shouldn't be, but we've actually, one of our customers actually 3D printed up basically like a little overflow clone that we're going to stick in and glue in underneath there to allow water flow through, but to stop the fish from getting in. Same with our little rams as well, which is good. Rasboras down through the bottom, and then we've just got a mix of cories through the systems as well.
Yeah, so these are all kind of like, you wouldn't really call them nano fish. Like, they're not nano fish in terms of that you keep them in a tiny tank, but often people with maybe a 3-foot or 4-foot planted tank might might get like a school of them or something.
Oh yeah,
like
hands down, yeah, definitely. For those, 40 litre up to, that 400 litre aquariums freshly planted, we sell a lot of them. And then moving into here where we've had to temporarily put our guppies and live bearers, which they'll be moved down to there once we get that system up and running. Because we'll have our rice fish and our minnow fish down in here. Same again, you obviously can put them in with your schooling fish.
So my new passion, guppies, since yesterday.
What's your favourite type of guppy?
I don't even know the different types. Do you just mean like colour?
Yeah, colour, yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to end up with like a skittle tank again.
Yeah.
I always do that and people cringe. I did it with Discus too, like just getting every single colour that I can. I think that's why I like African cichlids too, like the Malawi ones, because they're so colourful.
Yeah.
So, but in my mind I was like either all red. I do like the red ones with like the really nice long fins.
Yeah.
But like once I put them in there and I saw them out in the sun, like every colour looked beautiful. I had like green, blue, red, orange, yellow and stuff.
Totally.
So bit of everything, I think.
And I think that's a good way, like obviously with guppies and your cichlids, you can showcase the colours of the fish by having like one of each in your aquarium, or like you said, just do one of each colour. I like that with African cichlids, having just one species of cichlid in the tank. That's how I would do a setup. But obviously, people like different things, so yeah.
You've actually got over here too. These are the more the nano kind of tank setups, except this is where the shrimp are going to go. But you were saying that the shrimp haven't quite.
Yeah, because we've had to move a few fish around. So we've got our like stem plants, and then obviously our nubius and cribs and stuff like that, and tissue cultures up the top here. But eventually, once we get the other system sorted out, where we do have our danios and our rice fish and white clouds, all that sort of stuff, we will be turning these into our shrimp tanks.
If you have a look up here, there's 5 tanks that
so we'll have these tanks here for shrimp. Yep. On the other side over here, we've got even more fish, which we're really excited about as well.
Quickly too, for my guppy setup to like a pond outdoors, those are really good pond fish as well.
Yes.
Especially the minnows, I think. They don't need a heater.
No. And you could even do things like, white clouds, which would be good for eating mosquito larvae, things like that in there.
And they're fast too, so they can get away from birds a bit easier.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how the guppies are going to go.
Yeah, I think putting a bit of plant coverage over the top would really help with that too.
Yes.
Like some water lilies, things like that. And then through here, we've got our barbs up through there as well. Yeah, and then we've got some, discus through here, and then our stingrays down the bottom here. So down here we've got some matoros, and we've got some mantillas in here. So we call this our horizontal and vertical pancake tanks.
I love that.
So yeah, we just love our stingrays here. Have hopefully some black diamonds in very shortly as well. So they're basically your black and your white ones. So we'll have those available.
And for anyone who might be interested in keeping stingrays, is it correct that they start off really small, but then they grow quite slowly, but get quite big?
You need a big tank for stingrays long term. Keeping a few pups like this in a 4 or 5 foot tank, completely fine. But eventually you are going to need at least a 8 by 3. They really don't need the height because obviously they stay down the bottom. But doing a stingray tank with something like a nice arowana or something like that, or Saratoga up the top gives you that good level for your aquarium bottom and then surface. Nice.
I've got a friend and he's got a 10-foot tank.
Yeah.
And he's got Discus in there that he recently added, and he's got a stingray. Yep. But he said that he had a friend over and they saw the stingray actually had one of the Discus pinned up. Yeah. But he hasn't seen it happen again. It was just a one-off thing.
Yeah, that's pretty common with your stingrays to pin the fish down. So that's why you want to try and keep, those fish that stay up near the surface, to try and keep the stingrays from eating the other fish.
Yeah, so they have a go at them. And then, very exciting, over here, this is all brand new. So this
is all new. So that's all new. This is all new. So this is our African cichlid section. We've got Malawis and Tanganyikan in here, and a few miscellaneous cichlids as well.
And so you've got some Tanganyikan down the bottom here as well.
Yep.
If you come down here, you'll see down, are they neotrets or are they, I can never remember the name. Frontosa, yeah.
Oh, fonnies.
Are they trets or?
No, these are frontosa.
Yeah, these are frontosa. Yeah, we've got fonnies in here.
Okay.
We've got fonnies.
Have a look in here. I don't know if the camera will focus so well on them. It's really hard to focus on black calvus, I find. But they're pretty nice and big too. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're loving life at the moment. We're actually looking for white calvus. I haven't seen them for ages. If you breed white calvus, get in contact with us because we would love some for the store. Got a few trophies down here as well, which is cool.
And late lupi, which I love to. Have a look at the late lupi. And yeah, you've got kind of like a similar, they're set up similar to what I've got in my tank at home, like the ones that you're keeping together. A sardine cichlids.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I need to get a few more of those because I got gifted that by Nigel, and then people were saying that they normally like to school. So I might have to get
that's
some
correct.
more of those at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
And I love these little guys here, the cute little mouths, the kind of long bodies.
Gelidochromis transcriptus, I think.
There we go. That is the one. If you can hear Chow through our mics, he is our ciglet god. So
our videographer today.
Yeah, he's our videographer for today.
My goodness, you've got some huge ones here too. Are they a type of hack?
Those are rushes. Yeah.
So is that a Malawi cichlid?
No, these are Tanganyikan.
Oh, they're Tanganyikan.
Yeah.
I've never seen African cichlids in a store so big.
These are really nice.
Did they come in that big?
We've started to source a few private breeders to get some of the other stuff that we don't always get through our typical wholesalers. And yeah, these popped up on the list, and Chow was like, we really want these for the store. They're a nice ciglet.
They're gorgeous.
So we got some in. A little bit larger than what we were expecting, but look, they're still a fantastic fish.
But they're a fish that as they grow, they start to show a lot of colour, especially if they're male or if you're colour feeding them.
Yeah, we don't colour feed the fish here. When you colour feed the cichlids to get their colour, you can obviously suppress their breeding and stuff like that. So
for not colour feeding, you've got some beautiful colours going on. Yeah, because definitely good quality diet, good water chemistry, healthy fish, that's always going to help them colour up as well.
Oh, hands down.
If you guys like African cichlids too, and you want really colourful ones but not colour feeding, you might like Mbuna as well, because I find with Mbuna, they're always a lot more colourful even when they're small, and the females are often quite colourful too. So you can see, I think these are yellow tail ACIs in here, and they're looking really gorgeous. Lighting is another thing that helps a lot with colours as well. Getting good quality light, playing around with the different colour spectrums too.
Yeah, definitely like a good, controllable LED, like an RGB that you can control through your app. I think majority of them, these days are coming out with an app on your smartphone or smart device that you can control. It's not going to physically make your fish more colourful, well it is, but it's going to highlight the colour.
It's going to bring it out.
Yeah.
And so, is that pretty much all of the freshwater stuff?
That's all the freshwater, that we've gone through, and then.
But so the special thing about this store as well, if you want to come over here quickly, I think Chow really likes African cichlids.
Chow is obsessed with African cichlids. He loves them. If you need advice on the weekends, come see Chow.
Who has a PhD in crabs?
In freshwater crabs,
and has discovered 30 crab species. So he knows his stuff.
Yes.
Come talk to Chow.
He loves eating crab too.
Oh really?
Yeah, mud crab. We go mud crabbing all the time, and he's always eating mud crab, which is great.
Very passionate about them in every way then. And so the thing about this store as well, so it's Oceanarium, Terrarium, Aquarium.
Yes.
Because you don't just keep freshwater fish, you also keep ocean fish, so saltwater, reef fish, heaps of reef fish here.
Yes.
And that's almost done, but still in the process of getting some stuff.
We've, when we did our entry video, we've got a new system coming up for the front, and then this is our marine system over here, which we've expanded on a lot. So we literally only had, I think it was maybe 2 bays. We've now gone to 5 bays, which is good. So we can keep a larger variety of marine fish in, which is good. So through here we've got some rabbit fish.
They're so gorgeous.
Yeah, these are a lot larger. One of our wholesalers always has a tendency on their stock list, the fish is this size, we unbox it and it's ginormous. But it's good now that we've got these larger tanks to hold these larger specimens. We've got some nice Ballast Angels up in here. These are Australian caught. We normally don't see these all too often. The light's a little bit dim on them at the moment because they are freshly in. So that's one thing that we wanted to change with a lot of our marine tanks as well. Having the controllability of the light, especially for some of these fish that do come from deeper water, we can dim the tank down and then slowly acclimatise them to the light.
I heard with African cichlids, they're often really small when they come into the store because it costs so much to import fish. Or I think a lot of them are bred in Australia, but just for shipping and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But for saltwater fish, obviously they're so big, a lot of them. Is that really expensive then in terms of shipping to get them into store?
Shipping costs have obviously gone up, since COVID, things like that.
But relative to freshwater fish, where you might get 20 of the same type of African cichlid, with saltwater fish, you're getting one big, special kind of type.
So for example, we get a standard box, you could get say 30 African cichlids in there. When we got those big rabbit fish in, there was 1 per box. So that obviously increased our shipping, so increased the overall cost of the fish because we've got to pay for that box, the weight of the box, the actual box itself, and then a bagging fee.
What type of fish is this?
So this is a female leopard wrasse. Absolutely stunning. Very, very good.
When I was in New York, I went to a pet store on Long Island, and they had these ones called pinecone fish or something. and they literally look like pine cones.
Yeah.
So cool.
If you come over here, a male version of the leopard wrasse. So this here this is actually the green one's the male, which is pretty cool. We've got a black leopard wrasse, they're nice, and then these guys here, your Chodes wrasse, as we call them, or your red leopard. It's actually orange, is endemic to Australia, so they're only found in Australian waters, which is pretty cool. So they're always a heavily exported fish.
Have you seen Polo Reef?
Yes.
Andrew Sandler's big reef.
Yeah.
He has a deep water fish tank as well, like a smaller one, and there was this fish in it, and it was called it had a name about like people getting the bends from when they dive and you come up too quickly.
Yes.
And so the fish was named after that because people tend to get that when they're diving for them because they have to go so deep.
I think I'll have to watch that video.
You'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I will.
I don't know if I put it in the video or not, but it's just a really interesting fact.
Yeah, some of the deep water fish, so it's like these guys here, Bloschdanthius, they're a deep water fish found off from Indonesia to Japan there. So they would be, found very deep down as well.
Very similar to those actually.
Yeah, there's a few of that genus that look very, very similar, and they can collect them from on rebreathers, where they're only down there for a couple of minutes. And that's where, obviously, some of these fish do cost a lot more money because you have to have specialised divers, specialised equipment to do this sort of stuff versus, say, some of your African cichlids or, your tropicals where they're breeding them here in Australia and stuff like that. So,
and in the saltwater world, it's a bit different. A lot of the fish are caught from the wild, right, rather than being bred. I know my channel's not a lot of saltwater stuff, but I find it really interesting.
It does become an addiction because, I think my first tank was an African cichlid, and then I went to, the Australian natives, and then went to Discus, and then it was my first marine tank, and then it's literally have never looked back from that sort of thing. So,
because it just never end. I might just quickly go and grab. I've got a special lens that I can put on if we just quickly have a little look at the corals and maybe the saltwater, the beautiful display tank that we've got there.
Because this was another section that we've upgraded, which you'll see the comparison in the video. So we used to have two systems there and there. So we've rearranged it. So we've got one big system now and lower down tanks so you can see in over the top of the coral for viewing. And that's another thing that we're going to be doing up the front of the store, hopefully in the next week or two, to finalise our marine sort of section upgrade. So we've
got the lens on or the filter just so you can see these beautiful corals a little bit better.
So we have the issue here, when we're doing our live videos in the morning for our Facebook page, I'm always trying to find our lens to stick it on the front so you can see the colour of the corals. So this guy here, this is as we call it, a desh. This is an LPS coral, so it's got a big fleshy part on the top, and then it's got a skeleton base on the bottom there. So that's an LPS. So majority of the stuff that we've got in stock at the moment are all LPS. When we finish doing our reno, we'll have SBS and soft corals, things like that. These are all actually aquacultured, so we do these in store ourselves. So these aren't actually taken from the reef. So we'll frag these in store and we'll grow them and then refrag them or propagate them, glue them onto some new frag plugs like this guy here, this green Monty cap that we had, our display tank. At one point, the boys, I'd say, would have been cleaning the tank down and broken it off. That's classified as a fragment or a frag. So then we'll take that, glue that to a frag plug, and then wait for it to grow, and then grow it out, and then keep fragging it and growing it, which is good. So that's the sustainable part of the hobby that I like about the saltwater. It's becoming more and more popular.
Do you have any green star polyps at the moment?
Not at the moment, no. Green star polyps, I'm not a big fan of it because it eventually takes over your tank.
That's what I like about it.
Sort of thing. So it is super easy to grow, but most people who put it in their saltwater aquarium end up hating it because it just takes over everything and it will smother other corals to death.
Okay, well that's good then.
So
yeah, but it looks like grass almost.
Pretty much, yeah. It does look really cool. Has that cool effect over the top of the tank. So yeah.
And then I reckon what we might do to finish off is let's just have a look at the beautiful display tanks that we've got down here. Since we've got the lens on already for saltwater, we can start with maybe the saltwater one, then we'll have a look at the rainbow tank.
Yeah, for sure.
These tanks are gorgeous.
I think you've got the water box. We've got the Redsea Peninsula style.
These must be 5 feet too.
Yeah, these are 5 feet. So you've got a 6-foot water box. Yes, both great tanks, the water box and the Redsea. Our saltwater tank has been a bit neglected, so we have got a bit of bleaching, things like that in here at the moment, but we're getting back on top of it, and that's just due to our reno and having a baby come along, things like that. But it'll bounce back.
It's gorgeous. Then we've got the sister tank or the cousin tank to this one, which is the freshwater rainbow one, which is beautiful. This big planted tank. Does this have? I can't remember. Does it have CO2?
Yeah, we've got CO2 running on there. We've got a inline diffuser.
They've got sumps. These tanks.
Yeah,
right?
so these are sumped. Might be a little bit dirty. But roll them out, UV sterilizer, a bit of biomedia in there, and then that's pretty much it. Because it's such heavily planted, we find that we don't really need to do water changes on there because the nutrients is being consumed up by the plants, which is is good.
For anyone who's in the freshwater world, they might not know what a filter roller is. Kind of similar to if you've got a canister filter and you've got mechanical filtration or like really fine sponge to take out little particles. That's kind of like what a filter roller is, but really good at it.
Perfect.
Like filter floss.
Yeah, basically, yeah, just a continual roll of filter floss. Eventually it does, run out, so we do have to replace it over. Do keep an eye on it, replace it out, so yeah.
And then you've got a bunch of different types of rainbows. You've got Jubilee, is that right?
Yeah, we've got salmon reds in there, we've got skull creeks, we've got praycocks, we've got bosmani. I think, did we throw some dwarfs in here before? We've got some dwarfs in there that we had. A mix of everything in there, which is really good.
Gorgeous.
We do have autocinclus in there as well. We've got about 30 autocinclus in there, but we hardly ever see them because they're always hiding. I think they do a lot of our sort of, cleaning up.
I love that. It's even coming out the top.
You go back through our Instagram, we've put some photos up of them flowering.
So your social media, you've got Facebook.
Facebook and Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, so Nick's Oceanarium, Terrarium, Aquarium.
Aquarium,
yeah, I'll
yes.
put it up on the screen as well if anyone's interested. Yeah, so Insta, Facebook, and then you've got YouTube as well, right?
Oh, we do have a YouTube channel, but I don't have time to do anything with it.
Yeah, like, I forgot about that.
Sort of thing. So, yeah, like we've got a website, all that sort of stuff as well.
We can show you some of the reptiles as well.
Yeah, because I think last time you came in, we didn't have a lot of reptiles in, but we've got a few reptiles now upstairs.
All right, so welcome to upstairs. I love this paludarian.
Growing out of the glass now.
Oh my gosh.
It's growing out of the corner. Yeah, this is establishing itself quite well. We can open it. We just have to make sure that none of our frogs jump out.
Oh, there's frogs in there?
Yeah, we got green and gold bells in there, but...
Last time there was nothing in there.
Yeah, no, that's right, yeah. But I don't know whether we'll see any because it's so dense with the plants
Love
hiding.
the little waterfall, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So our waterfall is literally just... Oh, there's one right there. Green and gold, right there. There he is. Just keep an eye on him that he doesn't jump out.
Oh, I was looking at a rock thinking it was him and I just saw him.
No, they're
really
quite decent.
It's so hot up here. I can't believe that the beardy lamp is still going on.
Yeah,
it's what they needed.
Yeah, because of our reptile section up the top here, we barely run the air conditioning up the top of the store. We've actually got these pretty cool little guys. You can hold one of these. These are actually a black blue tongue.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're quite good.
This is gorgeous.
I'll pull one out. They're quite fast, actually.
He's really fast.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not hissing at you.
No, they're actually pretty good. They're not like the monitor that bit me last time, so you can grab him.
I don't want to scare him.
No, you're right. You won't hurt him.
There we go.
So yeah, so these are a black bluey. These have come from Cairns from a breeder up there. Obviously a normal traditional blue tongue is a lot more blue with some barring through them with a bit of grey, but they've basically like a designer, reptile, they've bred the black into them, and then you can get albinos, things like that, where they're white, and then all the different types of hets and everything else, which is, in the reptile world, people understand that. We always get people come down.
Oh no, he's stuck.
They say that he's stuck. He's not. This is just one of our blackhead monitors. They, like in the wild, you'll find them, wedging themselves in between, rocks and things like that. That's just where they feel safe. We've tried multiple attempts of putting different things in there because sometimes you can literally come up, there'll be one or there'll be four in there. They just feel safe. They get out quite fine. They feed quite fine, which is pretty cool.
Probably like a survival thing for when they're little because they get DK.
Yeah. And then we've got some more lacies in, which is always good. They're such a popular thing. We've got some zero beardies. They're really chill. You can hold those.
So pretty.
So yeah.
Aww.
And then so with your beardies, you can actually get different types of scales as well. So not only you get the different types of colours, you get the different types of scales.
Flick their little tail up, it's so cute. He's trying to eat my nail. It looks like a bug or it looks like food maybe.
So yeah, so you got different types of scales. So you got like leatherbacks and then you get translucents and things like that. So I believe these were like a reddy orange face. So sort of like your Cichlids, they don't sometimes always show their colours. As they get older, they start getting their colour morphs starting to come through, which is pretty cool. Oh, we've got these guys here. These are really cool. These are Boyd's dragons. These are also found up in New Guinea as well. So like some of the reptiles here in Australia, their cousins are found in New Guinea. The New Guinea species, you get a lot more colour in them, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I know.
Oh, and we almost forgot too as we go down.
We got our little our betas running down
betas.
here. We mainly keep our boys along here, and then in our planter tank we normally have a variety of girls in there as well too. Me and Chow have this argument because Chow's in charge of our betas and our Cichlids.
Yeah.
And we have this argument constantly. It's not so much an argument, it's a bit of banter. He thinks that having the tanks a little bit dirty on the sides is more beneficial.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I can understand that. And I said, from a sales point of view, it doesn't look the best. So what's your thoughts on that? Do you prefer buying your fish from a nice, pristine, clean tank, or something that's got a little bit of algae so you know that it's a bit more mature?
Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
The only thing that I care about is whether I can see the fish well and the fish looks good. That's all I care about.
That's a perfect point, yes.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, because I still think algae can look aesthetic, like it can still look nice, I think. Yeah,
as a
it
shop
looks
owner,
intentional.
I don't like it, but from that point of view, that is true
And
as well.
who knows, maybe then the fish might be healthier if there's algae and then it might look even better.
Could be.
So you never know.
Chow's very happy with that comment.
It's on camera now too.
It's on
forever.
camera, yes, exactly.
All right, well, let's just head out the front and we'll wrap it up there. If you enjoyed having a look around the store, make sure you give the video a like, comment down below, let us know what you think about the store change and everything.
Yeah.
It's like 80 new tanks, or what was it? It's like, or is it 180 tanks now?
I can't remember now. It's been so long since we've talked about it, but it's a substantial upgrade for us here. Anyway, like, and we've been able to expand our variety of, you know, African cichlids, American cichlids, and then, you know, other things as well, which we're really happy about. So if you haven't been to our store before and you live North Brisbane or you want to travel, come down and see us. We'll definitely be able to help you out with a lot of your needs. So yeah.
But if you enjoy this type of video, let me know. I love showcasing my local stores, like the good quality stores that are in the area. It's good fun coming in and doing this type of thing. So if you want to see more of this type of thing, let me know as well. And if you want to see more content, you can also subscribe to the channel too, and check out your stuff as well.
Awesome.
So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, that you're not so much on, but
yes,
on a little bit. All right, we'll wrap it up there, and I'll see you in the next video.
Awesome.
All right, bye.
See you guys.